Hey guys, I'm Clayton Fioriti, and this video is going to be an enormous thank you. To be honest, I'm shocked. I never would have imagined that I'd get this far. And yet, here we all are. This is a 100,000 subscriber special dedicated to each and every one of you. Seriously guys, every comment, every like, every share and discussion that we've had on this channel means the world to me, and I want to make sure that you guys know that. Just a little over a year ago in April of 2017, I decided, you know what, why not start a YouTube channel, and well, all this happened. And way back then I really didn't think about what it'd feel like to have 100,000 people actively say, yes, I like that guy's stuff, I want to see more of it, I will subscribe to his channel because I enjoy what he does. I didn't think about that at all until right now. And it honestly is a pretty special honor, to tell you the truth. I'm thankful of what we've built, and I'm very lucky to receive the support that you've given me. It means the world. I say it every video. Might get annoying, but I truly do mean it. And with that being said, I thought it might be a good idea to share with you all just how I became a fan of Jurassic Park, and maybe dive into a little backstory about how this channel came to be. At the end of this video, I'll even have a short Q&A from a few questions that some of you awesome guys have asked on Twitter. This is for you, friends. Thanks for sticking with me. Seriously. So, way back a long time ago, I saw a movie, and it left a pretty big impact on my life. I'm pretty sure you can guess what that happened to be. But to be completely honest, I don't really remember when I first saw Jurassic Park. It's kind of weird though, a lot of my first memories are of that original movie. Specifically seeing the image of Alan, Ellie, Lex, and Tim in between the two velociraptors just before they were about to get killed and ripped to shreds is something that's been with me for what feels like my entire life. And the moment the T-Rex catches the raptor mid-jump and kills it before the other one jumps on its neck to get revenge, all that stuff has been ingrained in my mind from a very young age. Just seeing the king of the dinosaurs bellow that loud roar with the banner falling down, all that stuff, the noises they make, the music, the inside of the visitor center, all of it just became a part of my mind, and it's never left. So yeah, Jurassic Park was a movie that I watched over and over again throughout my childhood, and when it came time for the sequel to come out, I was absolutely ecstatic. The build-up for The Lost World is something that I don't think I'll ever forget, because for that short time in my life as a kid, the whole world kind of came together in celebration and anticipation for this big juggernaut of a blockbuster. I can vividly remember going into Walmarts and KB Toys and other places with just walls and walls of that jungle lime green promo stuff everywhere. You know, the hunting blinds and the dinosaur skulls on stuff, and that sweet sit-down arcade cabinet where you had to close some black curtains and see the lightning strike with the words, "Something has survived," on the screen. Oh man, that was pretty special. And it really made you feel all excited and happy and just eager to see that movie. And I can remember one day at the local Kmart, I was with my aunt and uncle, and they said, "Look Clayton, Jurassic Park 2. And I turned around like, "What?" And they handed me that holographic VHS box, and my eyes lit up, man. I was ready to go to the Lost World. I watched it that night, and that movie scared the hell out of me. Man, poor Eddie Carr getting ripped in half, and Sarah Harding on the breaking glass, the savage little compies, all of it, man. Oh, that was great. Time goes by, and all of my friends living in our little trailer park were all gathered around with our dinosaur toys, talking about what Jurassic Park 3 would be. And I was telling them stuff like, "Okay, my dudes, Jurassic Park had one T-Rex, right?" And they'd be like, "Yeah." And Lost World had 2 full-size T-Rexes, right? And they'd say, "Yeah." I tell them, "Guys, Jurassic Park 3 is gonna have 3 Tyrannosaurus Rexes," and we'd all go, "Oh my god, this logic is foolproof. This is gonna happen." Man, it didn't happen. But back in the day, I did walk out of Jurassic Park 3 pretty happy. And it wasn't until about a year later that I started to have some problems with it. And as the 2000s went on, my issues with Part 3 got worse, and I was all over the internet typing in Jurassic Park 4 and seeing what would come up. And there would be all kinds of weird plots and storylines that never got used showing up in the search. And it went on like that for several years. In fact, I can remember in 2008 talking about the movie with my dad and saying, "I'm pretty sure it's coming soon," and it did not come out. In fact, around 2010, I said to myself, look, if this thing doesn't have a writer or somebody attached to it, it's dead. Jurassic Park is a dead brand, goodbye, move on. And then we started getting news. In 2013, a guy named Colin Trevorrow started popping up in Jurassic Park 4 search. And I was older, man. I didn't think much of it until he tweeted this image of Hawaii that just said Nublar. Well, then I started to get interested. After that, some trailers dropped and my anticipation grew, and I found myself sitting down in the theater on opening night saying, look, as long as it's better than Jurassic Park 3, I think I'll be okay. Man, that movie blew me away. I saw that thing 5 times in the theater, and everyone I saw it with was they just totally couldn't believe it. The realization of, oh my God, not only was that good, it was really good. And it kicked off this franchise's revitalization, and it truly did bring it back from extinction. Like, regardless if you enjoy JP3 or not, it killed this franchise deader than a hammer. Nobody cared after that. It was laughable, like really laughable. I was getting excited to see Jurassic World back in 2015, and none of my other friends understood it. I'd be at parties and just say like, guys, Jurassic World, man, why aren't you getting pumped? And then the Spinosaurus eating the plane would be on a TV in the background, and they'd say, that's why. Laughing, like, who are you trying to kid, dude? Seriously? But man, they saw that new movie and walked out with smiles. They were like, yeah, okay, we get it. You were right, and I was wrong there. I was vindicated after that. So yeah, around that time I got really invested in this franchise again, and I started to watch a lot of YouTubers talk about all kinds of stuff. Before then, like back in 2012, I had this idea of starting a bodybuilding YouTube channel with some friends, but they never really wanted to do it, so that never really happened. And I decided, okay, what else is cool out there? And the Gaming Beaver was getting a ton of recognition, and he worked his butt off making some really awesome videos about the franchise back then. That really motivated me, as well as seeing Chris Stuckman's review of The Lost World, where he basically said, no, I don't agree with the criticism this movie gets, and he defended it from the wolves, and it kind of really gave me a ton of respect for him. I've been watching him ever since his Dragon Ball Evolution video, and I still watch him to this day, but him and the Gaming Beaver really kind of sold me on this being a viable platform to do what you enjoy doing. So a while later, like I said, in April of 2017, I uploaded my first video, which was just a top 10 count of my favorite movies. And I look back on it and laugh because I had no idea what I was doing. I was attempting to make videos like the Flick Pick. I mean, I even bought Pinnacle to edit with, which I still use, even though he warned everyone about how it would crash and basically told everyone to stay away. I bought it anyway, and it has crashed, but it works. It works for me. At the time, I owned a personal training business where I basically showed people how to pick things up and put things down. And it was fun, but you can't talk about Jurassic Park to your clients, or at least not that much. God knows I tried. But I also used to deliver pizza for Domino's, so I'd live this double life of personal trainer and pizza guy, and the work I did there helped pave the way for me to do this. There would be nights where I'd close the store and I'd get out at like 3 a.m. and I had a client to train at 5, so I'd down a 5-hour energy and just stay up, personal train people until it was time to go home, and man, I'd crash the floor just tired AF. And I wouldn't trade any of that for anything in the world, because I used the money from that to buy a computer to start making videos. My love for this franchise came through the most, and that brings us to where we are today. Yeah, that's the story. All right, and like I said, I figured it would be fun to answer a few questions from Twitter just before we close this thing out. Okay, so @TheRedPenguin asks, how do you rank all 7 entities in the franchise, including all 5 movies and the 2 novels? Okay, so number 1, and this is just throwing it out there, is Jurassic Park the book. I don't think the book, I'm not like one of those guys, oh my god, the book is so much better than the movie. I don't think that. Honestly, I think they're pretty even. But just for the sake of like ranking and quality, okay, look, Jurassic Park the book. 2, Jurassic Park the movie. 3, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. 4, Jurassic World. I think they're both kind of similar quality-wise. Number 5, The Lost World. And I know The Lost World is just a little under Jurassic World for me because of the pacing issues it suffers from in the 3rd act. But I think it's an incredible... I don't have to explain that. Everyone knows I love The Lost World. If we're talking like my favorites, The Lost World would be at the top. But if we're talking like, you know, quality-wise, you know, how would I rank them? I'd say, yeah, Lost World a little bit, just a tiny bit under Jurassic World for that stuff. Number 6, The Lost World book. And again, I like that book. I just think It's below everything, you know, all that other stuff. And 7, JP3. All right, so Dino Mosh asks, if you could pitch a canon Jurassic Park / Jurassic World script for a film, TV series, video game, etc., what would it be? Okay, so picture this. Site B, Jurassic Park. Set around 1993, just before Grant and the others go to Nublar. And it would be a show where you would have Jerry Harding as the protagonist, and it takes place on Sorna, and Dr. Wu would come around from time to time, as well as Sam Jackson as Ray Arnold, and Nedry, and old footage of Hammond and Muldoon could be used. But the show would revolve around managing Site B, and you could have little instances where Wu notices one of the juvenile Rexes is turning green, and he thinks it's a genetic anomaly or something, and the action would center around catching dinosaurs to transport over to Jurassic Park. That's my pitch. I want that story. Maybe someday we'll get it made. Okay, number 3, at Joseph Mazzaros. Would you like to see a rematch between the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Spinosaurus? Honestly, no. I think it would be kind of overplayed at this point, and there's some kids who love JP3 and grew up with it, so it would kind of be mean-spirited the same way it was back in 2001 for kids like me, so I just don't think it's necessary. Okay, number 4, at Shout Out Cheese. Can you pitch your own Jurassic Park 3 and how you would have done it? Okay, I'd have actually gone with the script they originally had before they scrapped it, about pteranodons killing people on the mainland, but I'd bring back Malcolm and Hammond, so I'd pitch it as a reunion sort of film, with Ellie as Grant's wife, and they'd have kids. And I think I'd try to shoot it a lot like how the movie looks in the birdcage scenes. I really think that aspect makes it look mysterious, and it would add to the plot's atmosphere. I'd actually have the Rex lose to the Spinosaurus at the beginning, but I'd have it come back at the end and kick its ass. Okay, 5, at Dab Cringe Repeat. I feel so proud of you, man. Just yesterday it seemed like you were at 2,000 subs. Well, I'd like to know, would you ever consider trying to be an extra in the next Jurassic movie? Man, that means the world. Thank you for that. Seriously, you've stuck around forever. That's pretty awesome of you to say. That means a lot. Okay, so to answer your question, yes. I'd love to be eaten by a Tyrannosaurus in a future movie. That would make my life. If Trevorrow, if you're listening to this, I would greatly appreciate that, sir. I'd die a happy man. Okay, and 6, at Ponyboy636. Do you plan on going to the areas that they filmed for the Jurassic Park trilogy? And if so, are you going to go where they left the prop buildings and such? Absolutely yes. I was going to go to the Redwoods when I was in California, but unfortunately I didn't have time. But I will be going back and checking out Frank's RV sometime soon, so I will go to the Lost World when I'm there. I promise. I'll make it happen. And later, I'll go to the sets for every single film in the series. Okay, number 7 is from at Aramika Haven. What dinosaur do you really want to see in the final film that has not been in the film universe yet? For me, it's always been the Carcharodontosaurus, mainly because of how cool they look in Operation Genesis. Believe it or not, Plateosaurus. I really like that dinosaur, and I think it's a very underrated animal that I'd love to see make an appearance. It's an herbivore though, so I'm not so sure it would ever happen. Number 8 comes from at Jurassic Lion. Who are your fave characters in all media? Are they the same as in your intro? I like all of those characters in my intro. Luke Skywalker and Goku were 2 heroes I really looked up to a lot, and of course the Bull Rex. How could I not watch Power Rangers and Mortal Kombat? I was really into all that stuff, so yeah, I like them a lot, but my favorite media character? It's probably a mix of Roland Timbo, Alan Grant, and Ian Malcolm. I like them all. Indiana Jones is definitely up there too. I'm a massive indie fan, so yeah, I love all those movies. Number 9 from at Kyle Allen Womack 2. If you were building a Jurassic Park, where would you put it and why? I would build it on Isla Sorna because there's a lot of space, and I would put loads of herbivores like trikes and brachies and parasaurs and stegos and one single T-Rex. But I'd equip my game wardens with like 50 caliber rifles and elephant guns and rocket launchers so that they'd be ready. More ammo than what was necessary, so as soon as the electricity goes out, we would light that paddock up. There would be no problems at my Jurassic Park. Okay, and I think this is going to be the final question. It's number 10. At It's From Mars asks, do you think once it gets further away from Fallen Kingdom's release, you'll focus on other franchises until Jurassic World 3, or have you decided on sticking with JP? I honestly think I'll stick to Jurassic Park. Maybe something different here and there, but I might just stay a dedicated Jurassic Park channel forever. I enjoyed doing the movie reviews a lot, and a lot of you like them as well, so maybe that can be a thing someday. But I think on YouTube, for the time being, Jurassic Park is where I'll stay. Alright guys, so I want to say thank you again for all the help you've given me. Seriously, I really appreciate it. And I'd also like to thank all of my admins on the Sorna and Nublar Discords. You guys helped me a lot. I'm incredibly grateful that you even consider doing that. It's something I'm quite thankful for. Really, you helped me way more than you know. And I can't say thanks without mentioning Zach. He's the guy that designs all of my t-shirts, and he has made some pretty awesome content, if I do say so myself. I'm really glad to work with him. It's always fun stuff. I've met so many awesome people doing this, and it's just been a blast sharing all this JP stuff with you guys. I really do want to say thanks. Every single one of you 100,000 means the world. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to celebrate my declaration of independence and relax. Now, before I go, I want to thank my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it seriously means the world to me that you guys enjoy what I do so much, and I can't say thank you enough for all of the help that you've given me. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and hope that you all enjoy today's content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like, and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.